Hey everyone, I'm back. Yep, a subscriber, Casey Jenny B, if I said it right, wanted me to do a video, and actually I said I would mention that person. So you guys keep asking about heaters. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of education on some. Okay, I do a lot of the diesel heaters I haven't done. Reason being, because they cost money. They're about $100, give or take, maybe up to 150, depending on who you go through. So nobody is sponsoring me. Nobody has ever sent me one, and I really won't do one because I don't. Right now, I'm not going to spend 150 bucks, especially with the holidays coming. So I'm not going to do that. But what I will do is do something with my kerosene heater, because this is the time of the year where things get cold and everybody's trying to save money on heat because things are way too expensive. Fuel, groceries, diesel, kerosene. Red dye kerosene out here for some reason is through the roof because it's only one place. K1 kerosene runs very, very great. It doesn't smell. It's clear. You can use it as lamp oil. I did that video. That you can definitely do. So, with that being said, diesel heaters, I really won't do them because they require electric. And a lot of people don't know this, that they just think that you just put the fluid in there and it just turns on. You basically need a 12 volt negative. Houses run on a 12 volt positive. You can't just plug this thing into your wall and run it. You can't do that. They actually run on a 12 volt negative, which is a car does. A car, boat, motorhome, things like that. They basically run on a 12 volt negative unless you have an inverter in your motorhome. So, with that being said, you have to have, if you try and use it in your garage or something like that, make sure you vent it outside somehow. If you got to drill a hole in your wall, heat tape, all that fun stuff, do it correctly. Look up a few videos. It's safe to do it that way. So, yeah, my back is getting quite warm, but it feels good. But with that, then the power it, you basically have to use a car battery, which gives a negative charge, and you have to keep that battery charged. So you basically need a car charger. But that being said, that's a lot of extra things you have to buy. So are you saving money that way? No. Is diesel cheaper than kerosene? K1? Yes, it is. But in the long run, for how much you're going to spend, it would eventually balance itself out if you bought a diesel heater, then the battery, then a battery charger to keep it running. Eventually it will, but it's going to take a long time. But I have other alternatives. And I have something that basically will be a fan, and it doesn't require any electric, which is good, because I bought this from Tractor Supply for $9.99. This is a little thermometer. Okay, real simple, nothing crazy. Turn it on. Okay. Now, as you can see my heater here, I'm going to shoot the little laser at it. I gotta make sure it's on Fahrenheit. Okay, let's try that again. Let's do the back wall because it's not really giving me something good because it keeps reflecting. Roughly about 235, which isn't bad. This is on low. It's on low. So don't worry about that. I mean, it's giving heat. Now the top of it, let's see what it gives me. Nope, that's definitely not right because it's got to be hotter than that. Okay, it's telling me 180, which it's got to be warmer than that because that back wall is definitely warmer than that then. Celsius. Okay, 356 degrees. Yes, that's hot. You do it again. Okay, 346 it gave me. Maybe I didn't hold it long enough. But what I'm going to show you is, which will move the air around, these little things. These little fans, they're cheap. You can buy these off the internet. They do come larger. This is one of the smaller ones. The blades are pretty thick. This requires no batteries at all, no electric, nothing. It runs by heat. I'm going to show you, I mean, there's no batteries. It's got like a little heat sink. It's dirty. I've had this for a year. So there is a little motor down in there, if you can see in there. So, I mean, I'm even going to shoot the bottom of this because it is probably ice cold. Okay, this thing is set, it's only 75 degrees. But this thing works on temperature, which is great. I mean, it will move the air around. These little heat sinks, they get hot. And how it transfers heat into energy, don't ask me. Not a rocket scientist. But these little things, I think I've paid, you can go on Temu. And that's where this one came from. I bought it last winter. So I've had this for a year now. So I know how good this thing's going to work. It's been working fantastic. Don't expect it to like blow so much air it's going to start shooting itself back or you're going to feel like a house fan. That's not what they're intended to do. It is intended to move the hot air around depending on the size of the room that you are using it in. Like me, I have it in my shop right here. This is a pretty decent size. It will move it around. But it's ice cold. Now if I just set it there right in the center, and eventually it'll take about a minute. It will start getting hot. And you'll see it start to spin. It'll just take a minute. But I think I got that for like $16. You can't complain. $16 for something that does not require electric and it'll just keep going and going and going. I mean, eventually if that little motor in there probably does die, and that thing is, during the wintertime, is going all day, every day. Every single day. It'll take a minute because it is ice cold. I mean, I took it off of here. It is good to keep them cleaned up. Wipe the blades off. That is definitely a plus. You know, it definitely does help. But this heater is definitely, see, there it goes. It's already starting all on its own. And the hotter it becomes, the faster it will spin. It'll start going. It's just going to take a minute. Gonna make a fool out of me, I know it. Come on. It was going. It'll go. It just, they take a minute or two to warm up. I mean, that thing was ice cold, even though that is, turn this on. Let's see where it's at. 306 degrees. So now you can see it. It's already starting to go. I'm assuming maybe, I don't know what the temperature it'll be. You'd have to look it up to see, you know, what temperature it has to be at. But that runs free. It runs all on its own power. I mean, it doesn't cost you a dime. You don't have to hook electric to it. You don't have to put batteries in it. You just let it go. I've seen a lot of people who have van life, or, you know, they actually have, what is it, little wood burning stoves and some. There's one people, they had this little scamp, and they have a little wood burner, and I've seen people use these. And I didn't believe them at first, so I ordered one and came in a couple of days, pulled it out of the box, set it on there. For about a minute it didn't move. I'm like, okay, this thing is a joke. But there you go. I mean, you can feel the air moving. Like I said, don't expect it to be like, oh, I'm going to feel it way over here. This thing generates enough power, and this is the smaller one, to move the air around. That's what it is designed to do. Not that, okay, I need this thing to go 25 feet on the other side of my shop or my garage. That's not what it's intended for. They do make larger ones. You can buy ones with twin fans in different sizes, which is great. But for the money I spent on that, altogether, I mean, Temu, I think at the time, I mean, maybe under 20 bucks for that. No electric, no batteries, you don't plug it in. It will constantly just keep running, which is cool because diesel heaters, are they nice? Yeah, but the one thing I don't like about diesel heaters is that they do clog up, which they do, and you gotta take them apart. The other thing that I don't like is the tapping of the pump. You can buy other pumps that basically are almost silent, but that constant tap, 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 and the higher you turn up the temperature, the faster it starts tapping. That would drive me nuts. So not exactly my idea of fun. But hopefully you like this video and you want to follow me, because this is not the only thing I do. I also do a lot of things with cars, supercar, hypercars, things like that, classic cars, hot rods. And early on I started doing woodworking, but I decided to do what I love the most, which is cars. But every now and then I will do some product testing and have fun with it. So if you guys like this video, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I always answer back. And if you do have a channel and you follow me, I will follow you back, which is cool. But in the meantime, take care, and I'll see you guys on the next one.